Hey, family and friends. I'm very dirty. Just spent a hard weekend out here at the farm getting some Ethernet cables run with my dad. Figured I'd start today with, again, upstairs on the future deck. Beautiful, beautiful day. Just gorgeous in the Pacific Northwest. So what's been going on? Well, the outside's almost all done except for the deck, but in terms of the siding, so they've completed all that. Inside, all those holes that they cut into the wall, that's all been drywall patched, so that's nice. The inside doesn't feel like a construction site as much anymore. There's still a couple of small things here and there that they'll work on, but we are definitely getting closer. I actually spent the night out here. We still don't have hot water, but we have running water and everything. So it was a very cold wake up this morning. But what we're finding now are a bunch of little things like the little seam for this crack on the countertop. We'll need to get repaired and stuff like that from when the house moved and shifted. But if you remember from a couple videos back, our roof has some cracks from the shifting. That's all been repaired. And so we just need to paint it with the appropriate paint. And similarly in this room, the laundry room, we had a whole bunch of holes in various walls, like underneath the panel and everything. That was big giant holes. So that's all been repaired. They still have to get rid of this door. This is now the doorway to nowhere, the old entrance. And so I just talked to the contractor today. He came out, we met, and we discussed what we want to do here. So there's still, some work to be done, but we are so close to getting it to be livable and usable again. Yeah, let me go downstairs and show you guys some of the stuff that's been happening down there as well. All right, so here we are downstairs. I think the last video, all of the HVAC stuff was kind of done. Well, you can see it's all kind of disconnected. Yeah, unfortunately, as we're getting to the end of the process, we're getting the inspectors out more frequently. And one of the recent visits with the contractor, the inspector's like, you guys know you need to be putting drywall in here for fireproofing, right? And everyone was kind of like, no, this is an unconditioned space. This is a garage. What? And so in order for them to get drywall behind the ductwork and everything like that, and this flex ducting can only go behind drywall, it can't be exposed. So they've had to, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, the HVAC system, as well as some other stuff. The other thing here is, the original plan wasn't to finish the garage space, like the walls, which would give myself time and my family time to go, oh, you know what, we actually need another outlet here, or I want to put a security camera over in this corner or something like that. And so because everything now has to be drywalled, my dad and I just spent a crazy 36 hours running as many what if Ethernet scenarios as possible, just in case, we want security cameras in the corners or something. So if you see behind me, each of the 4 corners has 2 Ethernet runs. And then, for example, over here in the sink area, we did another Ethernet run, a couple Ethernet runs, some in the ceiling, because, again, I don't know where I want the security cameras. I don't know where I want an access point, a Wi-Fi access point, or things like that. So up and down a ton of ladders. I look terrible. My hair's crazy. I probably have a whole bunch of wood chips because we've been doing that ourselves. Let me flip this camera around. Here, I'll show you something else that we did. All right, so that's the new garage, right? The house is built up. And so over here is the old garage. And so the intent for this garage is to turn into my workshop. And it's cool. It's got this little room in the back that I need to finish. And so picture like an office section and then the workshop section. And so again, because I'm a kind of tech guy, I wanted to set up a conduit so that I could run Ethernet cable from the workshop over to the garage. And so my dad and I did that this weekend as well, because they're going to start pouring more concrete. And so it was just one of these weekends where it was like, well, I guess I got to do a lot. So we got that all run and cemented and everything. Ran a couple Ethernet cables. But with the contractors, the next steps here are this week, they're going to come out here, finish framing in for cement. So they'll be pouring a big giant slab out the back here. They're also, if you notice, this grid work on the roof. So because it rains so much here in the Pacific Northwest, we're putting in underdecking is what I call it. I don't know what it really is. It's just a ceiling on the outside. And so picture a normal deck up top that has holes and whatever that the rain falls through. Well, they're putting in metal roofing under here so that we could use this space in the wintertime, or for 3/4 of the year since it rains that much out here. And so all this framing that you see here, this grid work that you see here, is in preparation for the roof, the ceiling, for the underdecking, keeping this dry. And so the contractors are coming out here and they're framing all this for cement, and they'll probably start putting the underdecking out here soon as well. The other big updates, let me not trip over this big mound of dirt. Whee! Let's see. They've replaced the gutters, so we have brand new gutters that actually work. They added another gutter line over there. Literally half the roof, or more than half the roof's water, went to one downspout in the old setup that the previous owners put in. And so it was just this torrential amount of rain coming down one downspout. And so they put in seamless gutters. With all the rain we had last night, I got to see it all work, and it worked beautifully. We'll go over here real quick. They've brought out a few more truckloads of dirt. We still have a ton more dirt that will be brought out. But they're, as we get more dry days, they're able to bring dirt out here again, because they come in through this field area. And that field area, for these big heavy truckloads of dirt, the trucks get stuck in the mud. And so they can't bring all the dirt they need while it's wet. But what I'm doing is I'm heading over here to show you guys. We used to have a window up at the top, which was this bizarre window because that's the bathroom. And then right behind me is the road. And so you'd be sitting on the toilet and you could see the road, and you're just like, well, that's awkward. But the other issue is that window leaked into the house. And so talking to the contractors, yeah, just get rid of the window. And so they came out here and got rid of the window. So we no longer have a window there, which is good. That's silly to say, but yeah, we don't want a window. So that's pretty cool that that's done as well. So again, more and more things are getting off the punch list in terms of being complete. But I have to say, I'm pretty worn out with this whole process. The whole process has been going on for 2.5 years. The construction's only been going on for 9 months now. But for those last 9 months, the family hasn't been able to use this as our escape from the drama of the world. And it's just a lot. If someone were to ask me, hey, would you recommend doing this sort of construction? And I'd say, are you retired? Because if you're retired, then you have the time to be out here and keep track and keep people on task. When someone says they'll do something, make sure they do it. But when both parents work and you have a kid and everything, this is a lot of work, and it's exhausting. And every check you write is an exhausting check, because this is lots of thousands of dollars. Every time you come out to visit, it's kind of here's this property that is supposed to be a relaxing place so we can recover. But every visit is, okay, where was there miscommunication, or why did they choose to do that when they said they would do a different thing? And so it's kind of this, you need this mental fortitude every time you come out and visit, your construction site. And so I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Really want this job to be done soon, and we're on that final stretch. We should be getting garage doors. Next week we should. They're going to be drywalling starting next week into the week after, and so things are wrapping up. But it's, again, the marathon. The last couple miles of that marathon are some of the hardest that you run because you're just so spent, and that's what it feels like for me. Is it's been a tough couple years managing this. So we'll see in like 3 to 6 months once everything's done and we're enjoying this again. I'm sure I'll be recharged. But right now, I just want it done. Anyway, we'll see everyone next time. Hopefully next time we have, drywall under here and hopefully we have hot water. Like there's the hot water tank, but it's not attached to the electrical and stuff like that. So hopefully we continue to show you guys a good, not incremental progress, but like real, tangible, we can see the finish line progress. The contractors are doing an amazing job. It's just, again, it's a lot. And so, yeah, until next time, everyone have a good spring.